last but not least, I want to talk about who deserves the 2020 Defensive Player of the Year award. To me, that award goes to Xavien Howard. Now, this might shock some people. Some people might be voting for TJ Watt or Aaron Donald. And while TJ Watt and Aaron Donald, to me, are better overall players compared to a Xavien Howard, they did not have the impact that Xavien Howard had this past year. They did not have the season that Xavien Howard had this past year. Xavien Howard had 10 interceptions and 20 pass breakups this past year. Both led the entire NFL. So once again, 20 pass breakups and 10 interceptions. And every time someone tried to challenge Xavien Howard this year, every time I watched the Dolphins game, that guy was making play after play for that defense. And I think that he should be awarded for having the Defensive Player of the Year award this year, because I don't think people realize how valuable it is to have one single individual player actually force 10 turnovers by himself. Say what you want about interceptions being an overrated stat. The bottom line is Xavien Howard was able to take the football away 10 times from the opposing team based on who he was playing. Obviously he didn't take it away 10 times in one game, but he snagged 10 interceptions and really helped aid out his offense. Multiple times, Xavien Howard was getting the ball back for the Miami Dolphins offense. He was helping that offense out, getting good field position. And when he was tested, he broke up a bunch of passes as well. He was flying all over that field. He was by far, to me, the best cornerback this past year. And even if you just look at the numbers, like on the surface, the 10 interceptions and the pass breakups, if you dive into Pro Football Focus, if you dive into the analytics, and if you actually are interested in, I don't know, maybe actually watching the Dolphins games with your own eyes, you'll know Xavien Howard had a special year. So I think Xavien Howard deserves a ton of credit. He, to me, was the best player on the Miami Dolphins defense this past year. The Miami Dolphins defense ranked 4th in the NFL in points per game allowed. And a big reason why is because they had the best defensive player in the 2020 season from an individual season perspective. That guy was Xavien Howard. And for those reasons, Xavien Howard gets my vote for 2020 Defensive Player of the Year. And by the way, Xavien Howard deserves more respect. He's a legitimate shutdown corner. He's the number one cornerback. And to me, he's really underrated. And he's arguably turned himself into an elite cover corner. He's really good, and he deserves the 2020 Defensive Player of the Year award for all the reasons that I just said. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.